Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Helen Chapman, and I'm the Joint Events Coordinator for the IATEFL YLTSIG. I'm joined here today with Zineb Boumaza. Zineb works as a Young Learner Coordinator in Algeria. Zineb, you've been teaching young learners online since around the end of March. Could you tell us what things will you take with you as you move from online to face-to-face teaching with young learners?
Well, one of the most important things, I would say, involving students, or like I know in our face-to-face lessons, we try to involve them and we try to make our lessons student-led, but we do not give them much freedom over the course. So from my online experience, I could see that students can do much of the work than the teacher. So over a period of time, you can task them and you tell them exactly what you do during the lesson, and they can come. And if you are presenting about, let's say, a country, or you want to do a drama game, whatever, they can do it. So I learned that students can pretty much do the same task as a teacher, and it's more fun when they do it than the teacher. And the reaction when a teacher presents something and when someone else does it, I could see that it was more positive, and you can see that they relate more because they are students and they are having the same ideas, same interests, rather than a teacher. So that's definitely one of the things, tasking students and giving them the role of somehow, let's say, a teacher in a classroom. And also I learned that the keep in touch after the lesson is one of the important aspects. So definitely I will try to take tools like Padlet and doing Google Sheets and things like that to keep them working together and engaged. So, and I could see that when you task them and you give them things to do, much of the work is being done, and in a very good way, because it comes from them and they see the teacher is just another student and not doing all the work. So I would say these are the most important things that I would take with me from online teaching.
Great. So really like putting the onus on the young learners to be like really active participants in their own learning, right?
Exactly. So if I am going to give a very simple example, teaching children who are 7 years old online, so you can, and beginners, so you would say this is very difficult to teach. And it was at the beginning, but you know, with routines and students getting used to whatever you do in the classroom, they become on track with you. And in a class, you always have mixed abilities. So you have the strong and you have the weak students. And so in moments when the weak students couldn't really grasp what to do, and I had to do something with them, so I had to create breakout rooms and I tasked them, that's what we're going to do. You're going to do, I remember the lesson was about time and daily routines with starters, of course. And so I did breakout rooms and I said, you are going to do to each other some minds and you're going to take turns, and when I come back I will see how much scores did you get, and I'm going to be with your classmates. So I was in a different breakout room from these two students who were the strongest in the class, and I was surprised when I went, so I had to stop these. I had to keep checking. When I went, I could see that they were completely doing it like I would do it in a classroom, so they wouldn't really need me there. I am there as a facilitator. So we just looked and went back and continued explaining for the weakest students.
Fantastic. Okay, it's great. It's really interesting to hear you talk about being able to be a facilitator in an online classroom with children, because yeah, like that's what we aim to do in a face-to-face class. So it's really fantastic that you found that you can even do that online, and then you can take it back with you into the real face-to-face classroom.
Exactly.
Great.
And another thing that the students, like, you know, I started with them thinking online, it's difficult for them, and these are children, and maybe they wouldn't be able to do it, especially with the younger ones, sorry. But then when we started doing and we set our routines, I could see they wanted to do things too. So for example, we were playing the Zoom in game or guess what I have. And then there was the willingness from them. So I said, can you think about other games and come back next time and do it with us, and we try to learn with you. And they came up with the idea that they wanted to do quizzes to each other, so they can do much of the work in whether in an online class or in a face-to-face classroom.
Fantastic. And I think that's a really great example of good practice, you know, in putting the control or giving some ownership of different activities and stuff to the children. It's really great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Zineb. Thank you for your time and sharing your experience. I've really enjoyed hearing from you, and thank you to everyone who's watching. Bye for now.